Okay, well here we have an Asparagus setup rocket ready to go to the moon. Now the way Asparagus works is, if all these engines are firing at the same time, they'll draw fuel from the furthest away fuel tank from the engine. So if you ignore all the Asparagus stuff, these three middle engines would draw fuel from these tanks first. Once these tanks are consumed, they'll start using these lower tanks. What we're doing is, you can see a fuel line coming from this fuel tank, and then another fuel line coming from this fuel tank. So these middle set of engines, instead of drawing from these upper fuel tanks first, they'll actually draw from these outer fuel tanks. And the same goes for all the other engines. They'll all draw from the outermost tank that they're attached to. What this means is that once we drop off these fuel boosters on the very outermost side of the staging, as you can see, that links to that one, which links to this one. This one will be empty, but this one will still be full because this one has also drawn all of its fuel from this outer one. So once these drop off, every single fuel tank in this stack is still full. Let's just see how that works. Staging-wise, you can see all the engines fire at the same time. Then first thing we do is drop off these outermost ones, and then we drop off the next ones. That's for later. That's why we're going to moon. Drop off the outer ones, then we drop off the second set. We drop off the second set, and we've still got the middle column to go. And that drops off with this staging here. In reality, we'll take it all the way to the moon because I want to fire these guys off. Okay, let's take a look at how this goes. Okay, and I'm looking around. So, like I said, first stage will fire everything. We don't need all of that thrusts to go, so I'm just going to bring the throttle down a bit. Jeopardized in the seat, having fun. Now, if you look over here, the fuel tanks, you'll see 3 of them are dropping down and emptying much faster than the others. It's because all of the other engines are drawing from these outer tanks. And as soon as they get empty, we'll fire them off. And you'll see that all the other tanks are still full. Just like that. So now instead of 2 boosters, we've just got 1 booster left. So all these engines here are drawing from these outer tanks only. These middle tanks are not being used at all. You can see this here, like completely full, drawing down, drawing down. And as soon as they get empty, we'll drop them off. There you go, and the remaining tanks are still full. And again, we're clear of the thickest part of the atmosphere, so we can go up to full speed now. Coming around for a gravity turn, lots of fuel left. Just take this up to 75 and then we're done. Just get a handle on where the name is. Look at that. It's 77. It takes a fair while to get up to the right speed to get to an orbit, so you want to start this burn early. Like around now. Now, if you're wondering when to burn for the moon, you can pretty much just do it when you see it. I'll set up a maneuver mode anyway, so you just want to line up with the moon and pick a point that's pretty much where it is and push out from there. And you see Apsis goes that way, but it's going to where the moon will be by the time you get there. See, there's the intercept. And it just so happens that it lines up with where the moon climbs over the horizon. So once you see that guy, you burn. Even though you don't go toward it, you sort of loop around and go behind Kerbal, you're going to where it would have been. Where it's going to be. So there we are, pushing out that orbit there. And it speeds up pretty quick, so you've got to be ready to cut it off. This is the O-berth effect. Ooh, no juice. I need these next. And does it. And as usual, you just want to get nicely at low. That one's a bit too close, but we'll bring that back now. So I'm just going to put on RCS and just reverse a little bit. And that's it. We are set up and going to the moon. We should look out the window though so we can see it. Here it comes. So it's coming in, it's behind us. We're looking over at it, but we're actually falling away from it. But by the time we get to here, it will arrive at the same time. Pretty cool, huh? And 6,000 meter Apsis is fine. The mountains, I think, go to 7. We'll be unlucky to hit them. There is moon, beautiful. Okay, so next thing to do is get an orbit. Now, if we do nothing, we will come along here. We'll graze at about 6 k's up, and we'll carry on going and reach this point, mine escape. So what we need to do is get to this point and create an apoapsis. We burn retrograde here. This guy will come and fold around and make an orbit around. So we have to get in retrograde position. Have a look at the surface quickly. Oops. We're going. Oh wow! There it is. There's the arch. Where am I? It's the northern part. The very northernmost part of that crater. Anyway, we should be burning retrograde now. Let's get on with it. Maybe we can land nearby. Okay, and that's the guy coming around. Now that's an orbit. I've got a bit of contract to do here, so let's just do that, which is those down and fire them off. Oh, fuck, they're strong. Okay, and this thing is empty. So no need for that either. Let's just get rid of it. Now, I want to land exactly where my periapsis is. I'm going far too fast around here. Come around for another loop. Hang on a second, where was it? Was it up there? there, tip of this crater. That's where we want to be. Okay, let's circularize. Then we want to add a maneuver, bring this down about there. Okay, let's just move this on a bit, just in case. And we're going to burn 6 seconds. Mostly to bring around the orbit, so we're heading towards that tip where we saw what we saw. I'm going to do a fairly controlled landing here. Hopefully it's not too dark by the time we get there.
I'll sleep with all my time on. Now I have one.
Okay. Hopefully it is just over this lip. That is, if I make it across that lip. We're here already. So where? There. There. There it is. I'll be jiggered. How thrilling. Quick, let's go and have a look. That was also a bit of a demo of a targeted landing. Here it is. The 800 hours into this game, it's the first time I've seen something weird. Big. Huh. It's huge. Well. Jibs on the Moon Arch. Signing out.